How much does it actually cost to make a Magic card? Often people kind of express this opinion that Magic cards shouldn't cost more than it costs to make them, which is, the cost of cardboard. And we can get into the conversation around the fact that Magic the Gathering has the largest tabletop design team in the world and all those other features. But before we get into that, let's just talk about the actual cost of cardboard. And just so we're clear, I own a game company. I make board games. I made this. That's my name. I made this One Piece game. I also made this Sonic game and a whole library of other games. Let's talk from an LGS perspective, like a cost of a pack. Let's say packs cost $5. I know that it's like supposed to be cheaper than that, but their SRP is kind of gone, so it's really complicated. But $5 is easier for me because math is easier that way. An LGS on a pack of 5 is going to take a margin on that because that's how they make money. They don't just buy something and sell it to you for what they bought it for. They need to pay for their rent and bills. And so let's say it's $2 of that $5. Generally, an LGS wants to make somewhere between 50 and 40 points. If they're pulling really tight, they go to the 30, but let's just say that's about what they're at. The distributor who sells it to the LGS, because the LGS doesn't buy from Wizards of the Coast, they buy from a distributor. That distributor generally wants to make 20 points. Let's say they're taking that dollar. So it's $2. The distributor buys the box or individual packs or cases at packs at $2 a pack. And then by the time you buy it from the LGS, it costs $5 because the store and the distributor are making money in between there. And if you're saying that they shouldn't, well, then you don't want LGSs to exist. I'm sorry. And Amazon wants a larger margin. All the other places that take retailer take that 50-point mark, and it's all in there. Like the distributor and the LGS work on tighter margins than the bigger retailers that require it because they do. I work with them as well. 50 points to 60 points is what they want from me. So $2 for 15 cards. That comes in around 13 cents, 14 cents, the round up, per card. I can tell you right now that Wizards of the Coast makes all of their cards in the countries that the cards are generally made in, unless it's like a commander deck. Like all of the booster packs are made by a factory called Card Monday. They have factory locations in the United States. And their rates are somewhere between 5 and 10 cents a card. Once again, I know this because this is a card game. I bought it from some of the factories Wizards use around the world. If it's made in China, it's around 6 cents a card to 8 cents a card. Magic the Gathering cards are higher quality. They're made domestically, which is just going to be more expensive in general. Assuming 6 to 10 cents is a fine assumption. Because they also buy much higher volumes than I do. I'm not going to tell you that I'm selling as many cards as Wizards of the Coast is, because I'm not. The dream. So with that in mind, they're, let's say 8 cents. They're making around 5 to 6 cents per card. That's how much they're making in markup. So is Wizards overcharging for packs? No. Should packs be worth extra dollars? Now we get into the conversation on how much cards are worth. Because the problem is that when you open a box, the only cards that are going to be worth anything are the cards that are tournament playable. Or the wanted cards. Either they're rare because they have cool foilings, they're printed for Commander, and Commander decks really want them, like whatever, the supply and demand. The cards in a box that people want are the ones that there is demand for, and then there is lower supply for will increase the cost of those cards. So essentially, they are losing money on basically every common and uncommon and bulk card they sell, right? 5 cents is less than the cost of a card. And this is a thing that you can see actually happen. So like if there's a set where there's only like one mythic rare card in this set that's worth anything, Jace the Mind Sculptor and Worldwake at the time is a good example of this. Those cards will become about $100. And that is because a box generally costs about $100. And for retailers, for LGSs, when the value of all of the cards in a set, in a single case pack or case of Magic cards is higher than the SRP of those packs, it is worth more to open those packs for them than it is to sell those packs, which then will increase the demand of those cards, lowering the cost of those cards until the point where it reaches their equilibrium, where the SRP, the expected value of opening a box of Magic the Gathering, is going to be, on average, the cost of buying a box for an LGS of Magic the Gathering cards. So when cards are more expensive, it is because of that. The $100 reprint card is not Wizard of the Coast. It's all of the box that it's in being amateurized over that card, and the LGS's costs and the distributor's costs and the shipping costs and the factory costs, all of every single card in that box being amateurized onto the 20 cards or so that are actually worth less than the card of a pack, less than the cost of a card. And this doesn't even get into the fact that the artwork, the design expense, the marketing expense, all of the expenses of making Magic the Gathering that have nothing to do with the individual piece of cardboard that you're buying. But the reason cards are worth more is because other cards are worth less. If every single card in a Magic pack was the same value, then on average they would all cost 10 cents. But people don't want that, because it is a lot easier for individual players to take the value of their cards that they own when it's on 7 cards, that they can sell all those 7 cards for money, than all of their cards for 10 cents. Which is why trading card games are successful. Is that good? I don't know. But there's tons of games you can buy. Living card games exist. You could just not buy into trading card games.